Hi guys, I'm back again. For today's lesson, I decided to talk to you about the subjunctive. Have you ever heard about it? Well, if not, listen to me. So, the subjunctive to start with is a mood, is not a tense. Other moods in English are the indicative, all these tenses that you learn: present continuous, present simple, present perfect, future simple, right? Are tenses that belong to the indicative mood. Another mood that you probably know is the imperative. The orders: do this, do that, sit down, stand up, go out. That's the imperative, and it's another mood. So the subjunctive is the third mood. It's very special. It has a very special form, and this is why I think that this presentation will be useful. So let's get back to the subjunctive. So the subjunctive is attracted by specific verbs or and nouns or adjectives that derive from these verbs. So in order to see the subjunctive behind it, you'll see what I mean. I must have specific verbs or their derivatives, like adjectives or nouns that come from those verbs. So these verbs, nouns or adjectives, mainly so, among other things, suggestion or desire or command. So verbs that are followed by the subjunctive, these are some examples, there are much more, are verbs like propose, or suggest, or insist, or advise, right? And you can see some adjectives, right, that can trigger the subjunctive. Here you see that out of advice, for instance, there is the adjective advisable, there is the noun advice, right? Out of suggest here, there is the noun suggestion, right? Out of propose, there is the noun proposal. Also participles, it was proposed, right? Can serve, that in general serve as adjectives, can trigger the subjunctive. So remember, I must have specific verbs or their derivatives, and more specifically adjectives or nouns, and after them I will see the subjunctive. But what is the subjunctive? Well, the subjunctive is formed in the following way. I must have the main verb from the ones we talked about it, right? About them previously. There must be the word that, a subject, that means he, she, right? A name, whatever can serve as a subject. And here's the clue, a bare infinitive. So I must have the triggering verb, that, the subject, and then not a verb, but a bare infinitive. Just for those who are not sure what a bare infinitive is, let me describe it as the first pure unprocessed form of every verb. So for instance, the bare infinitive of the verb ate, of the form ate, is it. The bare infinitive of the form dancing is dance. So main verb, that, and a subject, and then a bare infinitive. Now, I have written here two groups of examples with verbs, adjectives, and nouns. You can see here verb, adjective, and noun. So I advised him. Advise is one of these verbs that start a subjunctive. It shows advice, right? I advised him. Here's the verb, the verb advise here. That, subject. He, look at the bare infinitive. That he be calm. I don't know if it sounds strange to you. I remember when I first saw that lots of years ago, I was like, okay, I think this is wrong, but it's not. It's the subjunctive, right? So verb, that, and subject and bare infinitive. And out of advice, there is the adjective advisable. So it's advisable that he be calm. The same story, yeah? Or my advice, noun, my advice to him is that he be calm, right? I don't know what you think about it. I find it very interesting. So, more examples. The doctor recommended, verb that starts the subjunctive, that subject, I, bare infinitive, take up exercise. Eh? It is recommended, this is passive with a past participle here, that past participles are explained, as I explained previously, very often in most of the Europe, if not all of the European languages, can also serve as adjectives. So it is recommended that I take up, bare infinitive, exercise, right? Adjective and past participle. And the noun, the doctor's recommendation is that he take up exercise. No, he takes up, it's not present simple, it's a bare infinitive. So guys, I don't know if you like my presentation. I hope that you liked it. So that's all, folks. Study the subjunctive. See you later.